Okay, hello everyone. We're just gonna go ahead and get started since it just hit noon, but I'm sure more people will start hopping on or wait for the recording after. So we're just gonna get started. So thank you, Amber, for being here, and thank you to everyone that's attending live today. We're super happy to have you all on. So let's go ahead and get started with some announcements. So we always want to shout out Center for Rule of Affairs as they sponsor most of our monthly trainings. And we actually have a new video from Anthony from their team that I'm going to play. Hopefully you all can hear it because I know some trainings no one could hear it. So bear with me. If not, I'll have it included in the after email that's sent out.
Hello, my name is Anthony Garola, and I'm a loan specialist with the Center for Rural Affairs. As one of the many services we provide, I'm here to introduce you to our lending services. When a bank can't help with dreams of homeownership or growing a business, the Center for Rural Affairs can. We offer coaching and financing to help people become homeowners and to start or grow sustainable businesses. Please feel free to contact me or visit cfra.org for more information. Thank you.
All right, so just a short little clip from Anthony, and we thank him for making this little video for us. So like he said, you can reach out to him directly or go to their website and contact them if you're looking to grow your business or become a homeowner. And real quick, our featured sponsor for this month's training is Small Business Administration. So we'd like to give them a warm thank you. And our featured member is Nebraska Printworks, and they have actually been a member since 2014. So they're going on about 8 years. Couldn't do the math that fast, but yeah, 8 years. So thank you to Nebraska Printworks. And of course, this week's presenter is Amber. She is a part of LRS Consulting Incorporation. So if you have any questions for Amber, just leave them in the chat and she'll either answer them as she goes or towards the end. And then I'll hop back on with some after announcements. So I'm going to let Amber take over.
Hi, everybody. I am Amber with LRS Consulting. I am a bookkeeping consultant at LRS Consulting. A little about me. I grew up exposed to all aspects of business, from helping my family with day-to-day activities like running a combine to more monthly things like reconciling credit card statements. After high school, I attended Kansas State University studying ag economics. It didn't take me long to realize economics were not quite my thing, and I enjoyed the real numbers that bookkeeping and accounting provide. So right now I'm diving headfirst into my senior year at Kansas State University, studying accounting, and I'm serving small businesses with all of my colleagues here at LRS Consulting. So I work with Linda, Courtney, Donna, Robin, and Cindy. We have a variety of backgrounds that allow us to collaborate towards so many different success stories here. So all this group of girls, there's some experience between public accounting, audits, tax returns, strategic planning, and marketing. As a firm here, LRS Consulting is an Intuit certified pro advisor. So that means that we kind of know what's going on with Intuit products. To get certified, you have to take a variety of tests through Intuit and really prove your comprehension. So let's jump in a little bit more to what those Intuit products are. The Intuit product family includes QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Payroll, and then also a couple different tax softwares like ProConnect and TurboTax. So QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop are both simple accounting softwares, bookkeeping softwares that allow small to mid-sized businesses to track their expenses, track their income. A little bit different features on each, but altogether, there's somewhere you can usually track your inventory, your sales. QuickBooks Online is a little different. It's cloud-based. So we'll dive into the differences here in a little bit. But as far as QuickBooks Payroll, it's also included. Intuit claims that this is the #1 payroll solution provider in the United States. And there's a number of solutions designed to fit the needs of your small business. So there's options for small businesses, options for large businesses, and the options range from do it all yourself file each one of those quarterly reports, make monthly payments all yourself, or allow a QuickBooks agent to do it for you. So really variety here with QuickBooks. It's really nice. Some of the things that I like is you can let it do as much as it wants, or you can kind of have more control and do as much as you want to. So when it comes to TurboTax and ProConnect is more of a professional accounting tax software, and TurboTax is more for individuals interested in filing their own returns. So first I want to know, you guys want to put in the chat maybe if you use QuickBooks and what platform you use. Do you use desktop? Do you use online? Or is there another accounting software that works better for you? So this is kind of just a little screenshot of what the homepage of QuickBooks Desktop looks like. QuickBooks Desktop is available for Mac and Windows and has all of the same compatibility and features as QuickBooks Online. It's a little bit different of how you carry out these actions. They all are available within desktop typically. The home screen here of QuickBooks Desktop, you can choose between vendors there at the top, customers kind of in the midsection, employees towards the bottom, and then on the right side, we have company and banking. So it's really nice with QuickBooks Desktop. It's a lot more user-friendly. If you know you are going to invoice a customer, you can look right in that middle section where the customer workflows are. So that's one thing I do like about QuickBooks Desktop compared to online. And a couple differences between desktop and online. QuickBooks Desktop was a one-time purchase accounting software to be installed to your personal desktop. You cannot access that anywhere else. It is not cloud-based. You will need to back it up onto your desktop or cloud or even a little jump drive so that you ensure you do not lose your information. QuickBooks Desktop has now transferred to a subscription base so that you pay for your subscription either every 6 months, every month, or every year, but there is no longer the option for a one-time purchase. QuickBooks Desktop is not cloud-based, like I said, but QuickBooks Online is. So it gives you the freedom to work from anything, any device, anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. So even your phone, an iPad, a tablet, a laptop, you can access the same QuickBooks Online information on any one of those devices. QuickBooks gives business owners and their accountants one place to effortlessly communicate and manage their work. So from basic bookkeeping to year-end preparation, one thing that is very nice about QuickBooks Online is your accountant, you, or anybody else involved in your business can all access at the same time. Desktop does have a similar option that works with accountants where you can send your company file for the accountant to only make certain changes. So they both do have a couple different options of how to work together. Online is a lot easier to work with other people, and you can actually have different logins and see exactly what those other people are doing. So we'll see that in the different levels here in a minute. So QuickBooks Online does have different subscriptions levels, and so does Desktop. So I understand that some of you might already be using QuickBooks, either online or desktop. However, we're going to cover some things here that you may find some features that you're not using now that might be useful to your business. So if you are using QuickBooks Desktop, I encourage you to at least stay open-minded to QuickBooks Online. Intuit is kind of pushing that way, especially to their accountants. Like I said, the QuickBooks Desktop did change to a subscription base this year, and I feel that that is so that there's no pushback of switching to online. They're both subscription based now, and you both have a monthly or yearly fee for both. Like Zoe said, if at any time you have questions, just type them into the chat. At the end, we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A. So I see a couple questions now. Awesome, you guys do use QuickBooks Online. So we will kind of at desktop and online here. Typically, it's the other way. So I kind of prepared a little bit more with desktop as far as user friendly today, but we'll cover a little bit of both. So QuickBooks Desktop does have a couple different options as far as subscription levels. So we have Pro Plus, Premier Plus, and Enterprise. Enterprise is for larger businesses, and Pro Plus would be for your smaller. They all have the options on the left side, including income and expense tracking, sales tax, managing bills. Payroll is an additional add-on for all subscription levels, but it is available. And then on the left side of the screen here, you can see what comes with Plus and Enterprise a little bit more. So Plus includes a little bit more forecasting. Payroll's an option too. And then Enterprise comes with some of those advanced features like inventory, and then some add-ons that Plus and Pro do not allow. So all plans with QuickBooks Online include the free app, free support. Desktop offers the free support also. And so online, then a little bit different with the cloud storage. All subscriptions do have access to that cloud storage. Accountant access is another thing. So you can invite your accountant or bookkeeper to view your books, and that does not affect how many users you have on your account. So that's one thing that QuickBooks tries to make very user-friendly here. On desktop and online, you can view many reports, and then there's a couple of dashboards available, so you can see a nice visual of your money bar, who owes you, how much that is, and then dive deeper into that. And then unlimited invoicing. So with QuickBooks Online and desktop, you can create as many invoices as you want, and QuickBooks does not want anything to stand between you and your money. So online, there's a couple different subscriptions. It's a lot more wide variety here than desktop, as we only saw 3 different options there. So there's actually 5 for online. Self-employed is the lowest, and it is designed specifically for independent contractors and freelancers who file a Schedule C at the end of the year. With self-employed, you can securely import transactions from your bank account and credit cards to easily separate between business and personal expenses, and then categorizing those to the Schedule C tax categories. So that does have a lot less features here. And then as we dive a little bit deeper, we see Simple Start. Simple Start's designed to support sole proprietors again, but also LLCs, partnerships, and other types of small businesses. You can configure the chart of accounts here, up to 250 accounts to meet your needs. So really here, solo entrepreneurs is what's going to fit Simple Start best. Going up, we see Essentials. Essentials has all of the features we already talked about with little extra functionality, but it is not a good fit for those needing to buy, sell, or track inventory, create purchase orders, mark expenses billable, track projects for job costing, or create budgets. If these needs apply to your business, then consider looking into the Plus subscription. The Plus subscription is the most popular subscription level. With QuickBooks Online Plus, you can have 5 users and 2 accountants. You can configure their access and then also use the audit log to really see what they're doing. If there's any kind of discrepancies, you can see who caused these and maybe investigate a little bit deeper there. So the accountants, like I said, do not count towards the 5 user limit. If you have segments of your business that you want to keep a close eye on and compare, and Plus, you can turn on class tracking or location tracking. So you are limited to 40 classes and locations here, and then you can assign those to specific transactions. So if you buy or sell products, you can track inventory using FIFO, and you can easily review quantity on hand using this QuickBooks Online Plus if you use QuickBooks correctly too. So you can create purchase orders, receive products, monitor stock status, and then run some of those reports to really see how your business is doing, inventory on hand compared to sold, things like that. So Plus includes 65 reports, and I know they are adding a few more, so a little more than that now, but these reports help you monitor and measure the health of your business. Plus has the ability to add more users, track transactions using those classes and locations, manage inventory, track jobs, budgeting, and even more reports. So if you don't feel that Plus is good fit for your business, then consider Advanced, which allows up to 25 users and 2 accountants. Also includes some additional training and support. So Advanced is really suggested for large scale businesses. Like I said, Plus is the most popular within all of Intuit's QuickBooks Online subscribers and within our firm here. So features to keep in mind when considering QuickBooks Online. All subscription levels here allow you to securely access your books from anywhere that you can connect to internet. So there's nothing to install, no servers or data files to maintain, no backups needed. Many small businesses have reported a reduction in IT expenses when they work on the cloud. So another thing to consider here with QuickBooks Online. To use the many features of QuickBooks Online on your mobile device, you can just sign in from a web browser, Safari, Google Chrome, or download the QuickBooks app from either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Multiple users can be signed in at the same time and making changes at the same time. There's not really ever any complicated network setup or expensive hosting service since we are in the cloud with QuickBooks Online. You simply just log in and run your business. You can switch plans, upgrade your subscription, downgrade your subscription at any time, allowing you to adjust to your business needs as you grow. In addition to third-party apps can be connected to make QuickBooks Online even more powerful. Any of those apps can be found at apps.com, and that showcases a different variety of tools that you can add on to your QuickBooks Online. You know, a lot of small businesses that we work with and in our area are using Square. That is one app and one integration that you can connect to QuickBooks Online for Square to automatically send some of those reports to QuickBooks to track your income and tax if you're doing that in Square or payroll. So setting up a company on QuickBooks Online looks a little like this. At minimum, you need to enter a couple things like business name and contact details, and then also figure out the kind of subscription that you need. So the first time you open your QuickBooks Online, you'll be asked to provide some more information. That is what we see with the number 2 in the middle of the screen here. And this is called the setup wizard. If you can answer these questions, QuickBooks begins to customize the setup to meet your needs. You can still fine tune these settings at a later date, but it really helps get your QuickBooks on the right foot to start out with. Things that you might be asked is how you make money. Is your business service or retail? What is your business structure? Maybe that's sole proprietor or partnership, corporation, and then also what you will be using QuickBooks Online for. QuickBooks Online can be fully customized to meet all of your needs, and then you can do some fine tuning a little bit later. So that fine tuning can be seen on the bottom of the slide here. So things like multi-currency or sales tax, even accepting online payments through credit card or ACH transfer are all included in QuickBooks Online. So as far as QuickBooks Desktop, we see a little bit different here. So like I said, this is the home screen of QuickBooks Desktop. So the company information can be found here on the company, on my company. And it looks a little like this. You have all of the information that you entered. You can even see income tax form here. This business is a corporation. There's a payroll contact included. And then some of those apps and services are also available for a desktop. So towards the bottom of the screen here, you can integrate some apps, accept those online payments, and a couple of different options here. So now that we've kind of looked at QuickBooks Desktop and online, I want to kind of show you guys a little bit more on sales and customers here. So adding customers, creating sales receipts, online invoices, and how to enter received payments. So as the focus shifts here to sales and customers, we'll take a look at adding customers, creating sales receipts, invoices, and those received payments. So usually the workflow includes a couple of different things, typically like this: carrying out work for the customer, you turn around and invoice the customer, collect payment, record that payment in QuickBooks, and then deposit that payment. So different types of customer actions, stuff that we might be doing on QuickBooks. These are the sales transactions here that you might most likely to use. Note that some transactions are posting and some are not. So those posting transactions create a transfer of money between accounts in the chart of accounts, and then non-posting transactions do not. So as we look a little farther,
Hey, Amber, I think your mic cut out. I can't hear you. I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess you guys can't hear her either. It looks like she froze. So give her a little bit. I know earlier there's some things going on. Okay, you can't hear either. It's like maybe it's just me, so we'll give her a few minutes. Can you guys at least hear me? I guess I should ask that first before. Okay. Sure, she's gonna hop back on. Gotta love technology, am I right? Okay, yeah, on my screen Amber disappeared. Thought I enabled the chat, but must have done it not correct. Oh, now you guys should be able to chat. I'm so sorry. I must have had. Yep, there we go. I see your chat. Well, sorry about this, guys. Hopefully she's able to hop back on to finish her presentation. Oh no, earlier she got booted off too. Hmm. Not seeing her yet. Okay, bear with us, guys. I'm gonna shut off my camera and mute myself so I can go ahead and contact her and see if she's able to hop back on real fast. So my apologies for this incident occurring.
everyone. So I switched computers. I don't know what happened. My computer crashed and said we ran into an issue and required to restart. So I apologize about that. And if you give me a second to get the PowerPoint back up on this computer, then we will cover a little bit more on QuickBooks. Of course, it's taking its time to open now too. Okay. QuickBooks Online. So we were talking about invoices, how they affect your books. You create an invoice that increases your sales on an accrual basis, and then also increases what your business is owed by customers. So to invoice a customer, you first have to enter them into QuickBooks. So this is a little screenshot here of QuickBooks Online. It gives you a useful set of tools to managing customers. You can enter all their personal information, as well as notes, tax info, payments and billing, language, attachments, and then any additional info. One thing that we see added to attachments here is like sales tax exemptions. So this is a nice place that you can keep it, not wonder where you ever put the hard copy, and then also be able to access at any time. So it's important here to enter as much as possible to help you fully utilize the power of the QuickBooks Online database. So even the address here, you can see a different billing and shipping address. So once you have them in QuickBooks, you can then start to invoice. So an invoice allows customers who have not paid at the point of sale to pay later. So if they were paying at the point of sale, we would use a sales receipt. Invoicing is best suited to a simple accrual basis workflow, while businesses who utilize sales receipts are typically focused on cash-based reporting. The invoice screen in QuickBooks Online is a sales form. The income is recorded as earned, even though no cash has been received yet. In basic terms, creating an online invoice in QuickBooks Online increases the amount, again, that's owed by customers, because it's an increase in that accounts receivable account. So with online invoicing enabled, QuickBooks Online allows you to send one email per invoice directly to the customer. So after you create the invoice, you can then print it and mail it to a customer, or you can simply send it an email. Online invoicing then removes the pain, kind of acting as a one-stop location. So you can make the invoice, send it, review. You can even see when they receive it, when they open it, if they've opened it multiple times, or even send the option for them to pay online in that same email. So now we've seen a little about how we invoice customers and add them. Let's look at adding vendors, entering expenses, and how to enter and pay bills. Effectively, running a business takes a lot of work, and you're typically required to buy some of those consumables, cost of goods sold if you have any of those. So that means you have to purchase these items, and the people that you purchase them from are your vendors. The workflow to create ease throughout your books with your vendors include buying the product. The vendor then bills you for the product. You create a bill in QuickBooks, and then you make that payment. So vendor transactions are shown here, and these transactions can all be used in QuickBooks, either using the vendors tab on QuickBooks desktop that's in that top row, or using the vendor in the plus under the vendors in the plus new menu on QuickBooks Online. Pretty much everything you're going to be doing on QuickBooks Online can be done from that big plus new button in the top left-hand corner. By choosing the correct transaction type, so what we see under vendor transactions here, expense, check, bill, etc., that will really help your books stay better managed, making sure that posting transactions are posting where they need to and non-posting are not. We see here an expense transaction is one way to record your payment to vendors, and that just posts to increase your expenses and decrease your bank account. The expenses tab in QuickBooks Online looks a little bit like this. It gives you all of your recent purchases, and then you can filter those, change categories, and then view a little bit more. So in a sales center on QuickBooks Online, it's a little bit similar. We have kind of just a snapshot of the recent activity. So you can even change which columns are visible here by selecting the grid gear icon. I want to make sure. Again, I was sharing an actual sample company with you guys, and I don't think that that is going to work on this computer. So I apologize for that. So we can't look at QuickBooks Desktop here, but this is what you would see with QuickBooks Online. Just like in the Sales Center on Online, we have this vendors tab with a similar money bar, so we can see different colors of who the company owes, if there's any open purchase orders, overdue bills. I really enjoy this visual and feel that it's one way you can manage your money in your business a little bit easier. So you can also see what's been paid here. So it just shows everything that's really most relevant to your business. And you can even dive a little bit deeper into these transactions by simply double clicking on where you see one purchase order. That purchase order will actually come up, and you can edit it if you need to, or make any changes. So here again, you just kind of see a snapshot of the vendors and if there's an open balance or their information. So adding vendors, very similar to adding customers. You have the option to include all their personal information, such as name, company, address, but also any attachments, notes, even account number. If you're going to send them a 1099, you can track payments. So you'll start by entering just their basic information. And once you have this entered, you can save it and it will not go away. Your customers will also not see some of these things or your vendors will not see some of the things like notes. So you could even say, this vendor has my favorite tomatoes. If you're a restaurant and you get tomatoes, one vendor is usually better than the other. You can include that in the notes here, and neither vendors will ever see that. Entering expenses and checks. So this is what we do to actually show that these vendors are paid. I know most of you are already using QuickBooks Online, so I'm sure you know how to do most of this stuff. But if you do enter bills in QuickBooks, it looks a little bit different than if you do not. So we can see on the right side here, if bills are entered, you can simply just add those bills to the check to pay. Otherwise, you must manually enter who the vendor is that you are paying, double check the bank account. The top of the screen actually looks a little similar to a real check. So we can see here, this is where you would enter who you're paying, and then also what bank account it's coming out of, mailing address will populate, payment date. And then down here, these are the accounts that you're categorizing the expense to. So one thing of making accounting quick with QuickBooks is you can go into their settings and say, you will always be paying this vendor for the same thing. So that account automatically populates. If you're paying them for multiple things, it will fill to the previous check if you have that selected in your settings. So that's one thing that I find nice when just tabbing and entering checks into QuickBooks. If it automatically populates and that's the same account I want to choose, that is awesome. It saves me one less step on this check. So that's one thing to look into, maybe your settings or the vendor information. This is where the bills come into term with QuickBooks Online. So you can enter the bill when you receive it. So in basic terms, you just enter what vendor sent you the bill, when it's due, how much it is. Or you can enter a little more information that you purchased this and it's going to be used for this client and you will bill them for it. So you have a lot of different options when entering a bill, or you can not do it at all and just enter a check. So this is really where with QuickBooks Online, you can dial down into what your business needs. If it would be convenient for you to have everything in one place, know when your bills are due, how much you have coming up, how much is in your bank account at the time. Entering a bill would be convenient in QuickBooks Online and allow you to really manage the money of your company and your business better. So with QuickBooks Online and desktop, we have a banking area, and these banking areas will connect to your online banking to either download transactions or help you better categorize them. Banking in QuickBooks Online can assure that all the transactions meet the bank and credit card accounts to match the records in QuickBooks Online by downloading them. So one of the best features is the ability to seamlessly import these transactions and then match it with existing transactions. So if you do a bill payment in QuickBooks and then you download it from your bank account, it's not in there twice if you match it. So it kind of matches up with those, and then you accept it and you have a one transaction in there, but at the same time, you know it matches your bank account. So QuickBooks Online really provides you with some tools that you need to make accurate transactions and entries. And then going to reconcile makes it even easier. Everything that you imported is already checked off. So that can save time when it comes to QuickBooks also. I wanted to show you guys how to actually do this and bring it in on the other computer. So here we are. I guess if you have any questions or if you do not use this bank feeds feature, be sure to put them in the comments if you have questions on how to use them, how to set them up, because this is one way to really save time when it comes to QuickBooks. QuickBooks Online, desktop does not. QuickBooks Online is a smart system, learning system, kind of similar to AI. And this system trains itself over time as you categorize and match these transactions to eventually do it for you, where all you have to do is review them and then accept what QuickBooks and those robots did for you. So that is an option to save you even more time than these bank feeds already did. So you're still in control and you get to approve all of the transactions, or you get to match all of the transactions. But you can see that QuickBooks is doing some of the behind the scenes work for you. So with the banking workflow, you match them, add more transactions, match them again. So the more that you do this, QuickBooks tries to figure it out for you, but you are still always right behind the screen to just make sure everything is matching right. The chart of accounts is where you can see all of your lists of accounts as far as your bank account, asset accounts, and then any expense accounts. So the purpose of bookkeeping is to create a record of financial transactions that are organized in a way that allows you to analyze how your business is doing financially, and then also prepare any tax returns or provide financial reports to those requested, either banks, partners, investors. The chart of accounts is really what helps you narrow a lot of those things down. And so just like I said, those tomatoes could either go to like a food expense, or if it's your cost of goods sold, you can put it there too. Those would both be chart of accounts. QuickBooks does create some default accounts, but you're allowed to change any of those names, add more to really specialize to your business's needs. Once your chart of accounts is set up correctly, you can also set up products and services. So maybe this business that uses tomatoes is a pizza business. You can go in your products and services and add pizza, add whatever kind you want, and then someone purchases those from you. You can make a sales receipt at the same time and have everything in QuickBooks at the same time and in the same place for you to view. Really keep everything in the same place for your business. So reporting on QuickBooks Online allows you a valuable insight into the company's specific financial situation. So the profit and loss is one that we look at, most business owners look at just to see what money's coming in and then going back out. So that shows the results of operation for a specific time period. For example, you could run that for the year. Or the balance sheet is another one that shows the specific financial situation at one time. So typically that can be ran at the end of the month, at the end of the year. It shows bank balances, owned assets, and then also the liabilities. So the profit and loss and balance sheet, very basic reporting that can be done on QuickBooks Online and desktop throughout all subscription levels. QuickBooks Online and those higher subscription levels with desktop and online, you can dive a little bit deeper into the profit and loss and balance sheet, view it by class or location. You also have a lot more options there as far as you can view sales tax reports, payroll reports, even job profitability, and see how much money you're making on a specific job. If you're making money, losing money, where you need to adjust your income or prices. So these reportings that are available in QuickBooks Online really help some people manage their businesses and understand where their money is coming from or going. There are many add-ons and apps like we talked about. Payroll is one, and this can be added to desktop or online. This is the most commonly used add-on. It is an additional cost, but computes and figures all aspects of payroll. So the QuickBooks system will go as far as filing all of these reports for you, including W-2s, or you can do it all yourself. So QuickBooks allows for direct deposit very easily. The only additional step is recording a bank account and obtaining authorization from the employee. So we've covered a few basics of QuickBooks with technical difficulties, but I want to share some more detailed examples of why I prefer to use QuickBooks. So I enjoy the automations that allow me to spend time on other tasks, like payroll changes. QuickBooks Online and desktop will automatically do updates to make sure you are using the correct rate for each state and federally. And then as far as unemployment, if you receive any changes there, you have to enter those manually, but they do keep up with standard uniform changes. The other thing, e-file and e-pay capabilities. You can pay direct deposit on QuickBooks. You can do 1099 payments via direct deposit. You can do 941, 940 deposits all through QuickBooks. set them up, initiate them, you receive a confirmation, and then also see if they were accepted, or if they were rejected, you get a notification. So instead of going to EFTPS or over the phone, QuickBooks makes it very easy to simply click view or pay. They already have the amount for you and the subcategories, and you simply just verify the date and bank account that you want it to come out of. Of course, you can double check all of this by using the report feature in QuickBooks, or review your own payroll reports and records, but QuickBooks kind of eliminates the need to when it is all in one place. And again, those bank feeds are another automation that QuickBooks allows you to do. They're available in both online and desktop, and save a lot of time there. So if any of you have questions on any of these innovative changes or the automations that QuickBooks allows, then please comment or reach out to us outside of Grow Nebraska and this training, and we can help you guys with anything QuickBooks related. We are small business consultants, so helping small businesses is our passion. We have a passion throughout all stages of the business life cycle, from loan packaging, startup consulting, to bookkeeping, and then even succession planning. So no matter what stage you are in, LRS Consulting, me and my colleagues, we can help you. So I would like to thank Grow Nebraska for hosting this training today, all of you for bearing with me through the technical difficulties, and I'm sorry we didn't get a little bit more hands-on like I had planned. But I've never had that happen before, so I'm not quite sure what we have going on here. So we do have a Facebook page and a website, and then my email is listed there. So if any of you have any questions or would like some QuickBooks help, feel free to reach out.
Did you happen to see the one question that was in the Q&A section from Chelsea by chance?
Yes. Chelsea, so payroll is an add-on. You already have your QuickBooks Online subscription, and you will either need to contact the accountant that helped you get that subscription, or manage your subscription and your settings to add payroll. There are a couple of different options for payroll as far as what you want Intuit to do. So there's different price levels there. So maybe get in touch with the accountant that helped you, or look into your settings a little bit more. Typically it is in the area of where you manage your subscription. As far as tracking projects, don't know if I have any tips necessarily, but you need to stay pretty specific and watch your books and make sure that there's nothing really slipping through the cracks, or else the project tracking does get a little bit of gray space there. So just be diligent about where you're putting things, and then making sure things are classified where they need to be. So receiving payments in QuickBooks, they can either send a little link, or you can add it to the invoice when you send it, for them to simply just enter their credit card information from the email that you send them. And then QuickBooks does all the behind the scenes work. They deposit it into your bank account with nothing, no action from you. So the only thing you have to do is send that invoice out there. And then when you reconcile, the transaction is already in QuickBooks, the money is already in your bank account. So compared to PayPal and Shopify, it eliminates a lot of steps there. You're no longer entering the payment into QuickBooks anywhere. You're not going to PayPal and initiating the payment or accepting a payment from either. So it is nice and saves a lot of time there. Does anybody else have any questions? Or anything they would like to add? Zoe, if you have something you'd like to add.
I do not. I learned a lot. We don't use QuickBooks here at Grow Nebraska. I don't deal with the accounting. I'm not good with all of that stuff. So just keep me away from that. But yeah, let's see. I don't think anyone else had any questions. But you can reach out to her directly, as you can see her contact information. That's your contact. Yep.
Yes. Yep. There's an email right there. And then we do have an office and a phone here. So that phone number can be found on our website. And then locations also there.
Perfect. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and wrap up with my little outro. But thank you, Amber, for taking time out of your day to present this wonderful presentation. And I hope all of you that were viewing learned some things. And of course, reach out to Amber directly if you have any specific questions, or you can contact me and I can get you in contact with Amber. So yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Awesome. Thanks, Zoe.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so thank you to everyone that joined us live for this training, and a special thank you to Amber for presenting. We truly appreciate all those that take time out of their day to present for Grow Nebraska. If you have any questions, you can contact me by the store phone, or you can contact me through email. My email is just zoe@grownebraska.org. And we have some upcoming trainings that you guys definitely should get registered for. As long as you register, you can join live or you'll get the recording after. So we highly recommend all our trainings. Our next one is next Thursday, September 22nd, and that will cover e-commerce growth strategies. The presenter is Justin. He's actually our FedEx guy, as we call him. So he'll be touching base on those growth strategies, and we don't yet have our October ones posted, but keep a lookout because they'll be up as soon as possible, and we have some great ones coming up in the next few months. Our next Grow with Google series training is October 5th, and this will cover how to use YouTube to grow your business. We did previously do one over this, but we're going to go back to it and give you guys some more tips. And as always, it's available in Spanish and English. The Spanish is from 6 to 7, and the English is from noon to 1 p.m. So definitely go get registered for those. And actually, our November Grow with Google training is posted as well. So be sure to go to grownebraska.org to find those. And then we have our Marketing Monday tips. Don't miss out on our Marketing Monday tips. Every first Monday, we're live on Facebook, and every last Monday, we're live on Instagram to try to pull different viewers. The live begins at noon, and it only goes about 15 minutes. So just take 10 to 15 minutes out of your day to hop on. And if you are a Grow Nebraska member, you can win a free coaching session. And if you're not a member, you can win a free t-shirt. So definitely check those out on Monday. I'm actually the one that hosts it, and Caitlin Pyatt is the one that feeds the tips, and she's actually a Grow Nebraska member as well. And another big thing that we want to point out is the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready. This is a $10,000 grant opportunity, and it's through Verizon. And to be entered, you must complete any combination of 2 courses, coaching events, and community events before November 14th. There's the link if you would like it directly sent to you, since I know you can't click on that. Just shoot me an email. All you have to do is 2 courses, and it kind of correlates to, they ask you questions. So I kind of do social media. So I answered a few questions, and it brought me a bunch of courses directly towards social media. And I've done a few, and I highly, highly recommend, especially if you like trainings like ours. These definitely will be very beneficial for you, and you can do one-on-one coaching session. So like I said, get those 2 courses done and get your account made before November 14th, and you'll automatically be entered into the $10,000 grant opportunity. So don't miss out on it, and please just reach out to me if you have any questions or are having any troubles with creating an account. So that's all my announcements for today. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. And yeah, thanks for joining us.